friends, and welcome back. Sam and Morgan here. Just rolled into the first spot we're going to try hunting at. Just some public land here in great state of Wyoming. So never been here before. No idea if it's going to be any good, but it's got the right kind of habitat that we look for when we're pheasant hunting. So we'll see what happens. Birds are up. I'm up. Arrow, push it up. Bring it here. Good boy. Bring it here. Drop. 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 Good boy.
Birds. Hunt them up.
Good boy, Arrow.
Good boy.
Good boy. Drop it.
All right, so we just hit our second field and we actually found 2 pheasants here. Wyoming's a little bit different because there aren't that many wild pheasants, and so they do a lot of special permits. So with these special permits, you're actually able to get a rooster, which is this one, and then you can also get hens. That's not super traditional, so if you're ever hunting pheasants, make sure you look at your regulations, but here we are able to get some hens. So now we're gonna head over to another field, go check it out and see if we can find more birds. The limit is 3 birds per person. So there's 2 of us here, 6 birds. This is not the place we want to be at. We didn't realize the kind of cover that would be here. Normally when you're looking for pheasants, you want a lot of thick cover like tumbleweeds or something like that, a lot of bushes. This is not that. So we're gonna head over to a new spot and go try our 4th location and see if we can get 4 more pheasants.
All right, well, we're back home. We kind of ran out there a little quicker than expected. We ended up getting 1 more hen, but then just kind of hit all the good spots that we saw that had suitable habitat to support pheasants. So now we're just going to go ahead and breast these out, take off the thigh meat, and get them into a state where we can cook them up for dinner. All right, so the first step with cleaning a pheasant, or any bird really for that matter, you want to pinch down, get to where the skin's at, get a knife, and just make a small little hole in it, and then you can just peel it back, especially on pheasants. With something like geese, sometimes it can be a little bit harder, but then the skin just comes right back, and then it leaves that really nice meat exposed. Good thing with pheasants, because we use shotguns, in general they're flushing and flying straight away, so you don't get a ton of BBs in the meat a lot of times, which is always really good, but you always got to be careful of that and clean that out. There's one down here that did hit, so I have to make sure to dig that out and clean it out, because it'll push some feathers in with it. But now you take this breastplate and you just follow right along, cutting at a slight angle just to make sure you're not missing any meat. You go down till you feel the back of the rib cage. And I like to reverse my knife once I hit that. Come back up to the top of the meat. Roughly, there's some sinew there, so I don't go all the way to the top. And now you're just looking to cut and clean this right off of the back of that bone. And being careful not to cut into the chest cavity. This knife's probably a little sharp for this actually, because it cut back into there. So you can just follow that edge of the bone. Follow to the back. This little bit. And there is a breast. And the tenders are right behind it. So that's what like a chicken tender is. It's that secondary level of breast meat. Then same operation on this side. Got a slight angle, hold it back till you feel feel contact with the bone. Up and over. Tracing that breastbone, rib cage, whatever you want to call it. And there's the second one. See, it's pretty clean process. Doesn't really leave any. It's not like there's blood or anything everywhere. Now I'm gonna get the legs. So just kind of peel it back. Expose all the meat, get off all of the skin. Kind of just pull it up like a sock until it comes off. So now that that's all clear, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to push down until that separates. So you can feel a little pop, and that's just that ball joint coming loose. And that hip socket popped out there. Just cut through the last of it. And it's loose. Now what I like to do, because I don't cook them on this or anything, it's going to be the same process to remove the other side, but I tend to just cut it off of the bone. So you just follow the bone to the edge. Other side, flip it over, and we're just skinning this off the bone is all we're doing. Real simple. Now I gotta Another real nice piece of dark meat. Oh, and there's a BB. You can see that broke through there. So you gotta be careful of that when you're chewing it. So yeah, then let's go through and clean all this when we're done. But that rolled off there nicely. So we got another piece of meat that's ready for any recipe that we want. This stuff tends to be a little bit harder, so this meat's better for like a crock pot or something. So we'll remove that later, and it'll be slow cook type stuff. That's all there is to it. So last thing I do, sometimes I'll take the entire fan. So if you ever want to remove a fan, you can cut it right here. You can feel the joint. You can cut it off, and then you can just flip it over, put a book on the back after you spread it out like so, and put non-iodized salt. Has to be non-iodized, it'll eat right through the flesh. And you can have a cool little wall decoration. All I'm going to do on this one though is pluck a few of its long feathers. That's because one thing I do with all my hunting dogs is every pheasant they retrieve throughout their life, I pluck a feather from each and put it into a jar, so that when the day comes that a dog's no longer with me, I have a memory of every single bird that he retrieves throughout his life. So kind of a cool little thing that I picked up from a buddy of mine that always did with his dogs, and I do with mine. So that's all there is.
All right, friends, and that is it for today's video. Sam and I actually have volunteering events in town tonight, so we will unfortunately not be cooking up the pheasant tonight, but I do have a couple of great videos that I will link above and down in the description box, so you can check out 2 of our favorite pheasant recipes. We'll definitely cook these pheasants together in the future, but I just want to thank you all for coming along with us for our pheasant hunt today and our fun journey. Thank you so much for taking your time to come hang out with us. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more adventures or preservation days, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, friend!